Welcome, welcome. My name is Mary Moses. You are in the forest part of Forest Fairy. This is a place where we open up the unseen world. We talk to spirit guides, deceased loved ones, masters. There are 7 heavens, and we have the ability through the string that is above our biofield to access higher realms that are invisible to us. You are in the forest part of Forest Fairy. When you are in the forest, our physical body is attached to the dark underworld. Through our awakening, we bear fruits of virtue, and we raise our hands up to the sun and illumination. Our higher self is a fairy. It has the ability to fly above the earthly plane, above gravity. That's why we call it Forest Fairy. And we are creating a new kingdom. And this kingdom is about wanting a place where we can all be like children. We could be wrong and right, not dominated by materialism or money, really letting go and relinquishing ego, self-importance, low self-worth, and looking at each other in our eyes in truth and light to say, I'm not me and you're not you. You have a higher self, I have a higher self, and that higher self gives us messages and brings us people in divine timing. And those who can see that and follow that, they love you because, not because of you, but because they follow a higher calling. And so when we follow a higher calling and when we follow the higher self, that's true love, because it means that we are not being selfish. Selfish from low self-worth, self-importance, money, ego, all those things. And so, I think we should have a little fun before we begin. I really felt to bring you into my bedroom today and tell you a little story about Neo Anderson. When we are underwater, we are in the God, a body of a God. Gods are not people, they're places. So Yahshua is Yah. That means the waters of chaos. Yahweh, Yehovah. These Yah gods and Yam are gods of the sea. So when you see a little mermaid being underwater, we were in a place of darkness, the illusion, chaos, and the mirror. The original mirror was water. And so when you're the one who needs your Trinity, this reflects a kingdom, the 3 castles on the top of your head. When we grow ourselves out of time, 12 hours, 12 months, 12 zodiac signs, your Trinity is the one who needs your Trinity. We have the ability to step out of the waters of chaos up into a consciousness. You can call it Christ consciousness. You can call it ascension. You can call it illuminated. You can call it rainbow bright Care Bear. And it's your Trinity. When you look at symbology and you watch The Matrix, Neo went to an oracle, and the oracle said, you're not the one. This is because Neo didn't understand the communications of God. So Neo broke a vase. If you look at broken vase in gematria, it actually parallels with you are the one. If Neo would have known that broken vase was a communication from God, that he was the one, he would have been focused more on action as a prayer or symbology as a communication rather than the verbal word of the oracle. So the oracle sees the unseen through symbology because God communicates through symbology. And through symbology is part of many of us becoming the one who needs the Trinity. And the only way to achieve the Trinity is to see that we can't do anything without the Trinity. We can't do anything alone. And we need the Trinity in order to open our eyes to symbology. And when you get into gematria and you look up broken vase and it says you're the one, then you can go, oh, okay, the oracle didn't tell me that I wasn't the one. The oracle actually told me I was the one, but I didn't know. Ignorance is part of it. So when we're looking at symbology and we're looking at art, we're looking at music and frequency and sound, we can get a pretty good foundation as to what God is saying to us. And so this is exciting, isn't it? It's so exciting. So let's turn the light on. And today is a special reading for Gabrielle. Gabrielle, I'm going to call you Funshine, Yellow Funshine Bear today. You're the color yellow, and we're actually going to do a couple of little fun things for you today. We're going to pick a pretty crystal for you. I'm going to close my eyes and move my hands around these crystals here, and I'm going to pick one that's for you. I don't know very much about crystals. People send me crystals. They're like, here, Mary, here's some crystals. I'm like, yay. I have no idea what it means. So I'm going to pick this one for you, and we're going to activate it. That's what Care Bears do. I'm going to put it on our little musical activator here. Yay! Look at it. It's a pillar. It's a tower. You may be changing towers today. It may be a doorway. You may be entering the gates, the Egyptian gates. And if you are, we're going to find out exactly which gate you're entering. It's the body of a god. It could be Freya, Emaya, Maya, Mikael, Gabrielle. And so we'll put that tower right there. Spirit told me to tell you something about a castle today. So we're going to do a pillar, we're going to do a castle, and it's called the Gold. And this is from the Tower of Alchemy. It's the tower. Okay, so anyway, so Spirit says, the Western teachings refer to your solar vehicle, your solar body as the resurrection body. And the resurrection body is really an allegory. It's called your rainbow body. It's the body of pure bliss. It is your immortal body. It's your higher self. It's your Trinity, Neo. And becoming aware of this body, you'll go through a myriad of shifts. One shift will make you depressed and angry. One shift will call for or beckon you to relinquish everything that you are and become nothing and yet everything. Another shift you'll go through is letting go of this world and relationships and shaming and blaming the world. And then another shift is stepping into your power and awakening to symbology, where the whole world is telling you something with their mouth, while God, through symbology, is speaking to you in a completely different language. Awakening to this really helps you to step up in your train station and begin to go to Hogwarts, which is a mansion of many rooms, and it is the Egyptian Book of Gates. So in alchemy, it says, in ancient myth, the symbolism of Camelot, the castles of the Grail, the city of Saras, the fairy woods, the lands of wizardry, the spellbound land of Logres, and the wastelands all have resonance in Western culture. Even more important, however, each of these images is also found within us. Arthur himself, the once and future king, represents the immortal part of us that lies sleeping in a concealed and sacred place, the heart of hearts. He symbolizes that sovereign power, the higher self, who will come to heal the land and bring all into the light of endless day, is coming near. Arthur is the alchemical metaphor for the potential of the solar body, which is you being rainbow bright, Gabrielle. So the Tower of Alchemy is a book about understanding symbolism, the divine marriage of flesh and spirit, the moon and the sun coming together and awakening through not words, but symbols. So here we go. What we would like to do, and I'll see you have a bumblebee candle. And so the golden honey, the golden age of Aquarius, the golden yellow brick road, and the golden earth are doorways that we're going to be going through. So let's read a little bit from The Wizard of Oz, a little passage to see what Spirit has to say. When at last he walked into Dorothy's room and thanked her for rescuing him, he was so pleased that he wept with tears of joy, and Dorothy had to wipe every tear carefully from his face with her apron so his joints would not be rusted. Isn't that funny? It's an anointing. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. You have a scarecrow. This means you're becoming a master who is not taking on the sins of the world anymore. You're leaving the cross. You're leaving the crow. You're leaving the messages of the earth, and you're going to the white holy dove. The dog represents a mastery of hearing the divine order of God through people, through symbols, through a myriad of teachings. It's, oh my gosh, I can see you walking in a classroom. You have your leather pouch. You're all dressed up. You have a perfect clothing on, crisp and ironed. Your hair is done in such perfection that it is a outward expression that you're ready to step into your mastery. Your shoes are polished. You are protected. You are ready. And so it's time for you to be ready. You are shifting from the dog to the cat. So the cat means that you're being purified and you're going to be ruthless, though. Part of the mastery is being ruthless. Once we realize that we are in a room of mirrors and people either mirror who you were, who you are, who you're going to be, you're going to go, oh, that's who I was. Bye-bye. Oh, you are who I was. Bye-bye. Ruthlessly. Transmuting like a mushroom all the jerks because we were once a jerk. At least we were ignorant. And the acorn with no hat, there may be someone in your life who has no conscience, no awareness, and no thank you. Bye-bye. All right, so seek first the kingdom of God. This is your green heart chakra, and this is your illumination, and this is your lifeline. This is your life energy. This is King Arthur. This is, Jesus said, my Father's house is a mansion of many rooms, or Hogwarts, or Emerald City. And it is a real place, and it is not a curse, as most coins are curses, because as above, so below. Coins that have a different image on each side is a lie. As above, so below. It needs to be the same. Otherwise, it's a curse. All right, you ready? Thank you, Spirit, for showing us and revealing to us the energy of Gabrielle. And, oh, who's coming around here? Someone flying in the sky. Da, 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 da. Oh, excuse me. Hi, I am Mushi the butterfly. Mwah. I have my antennas up. This means I have my two towers, flesh and spirit. I am light as a feather because I am not a boring adult. And I have my luminous light body. And I follow frequency. Life begins at 70 hertz. So a human being that resonates about 100 hertz is powerful. Most gurus, masters, and Jedis wear linen cloaks in order to become healers and to become someone who has the ability to not be bound by physical laws. They are often bound to ethereal laws, and ethereal laws actually gives you the power to do things that most humans who are bound by physical laws cannot do. Rose essential oil holds 320 hertz. We just anointed your piece, and we're so excited to start and flip from the eye of the physical to the eye of spirit. You ready? If I hear a song, maybe one verse, one lyric, one little thing is for you. It doesn't mean the entire meaning of the song. That's the way the higher ones speak. They speak one little passage is just for you. Here we go. Deep breath. Oh, wait. You know what? Spirit wants me to pick a frequency for you, specifically 528. All right. So this is your heart chakra. Let's breathe it up our nose. You know, your brain is 88% water. You can activate the water that's already in your body by sniffing frequency up your nose. It looks like the two towers, and the two passages of your nose goes up to the two sides of your brain. I don't know what it does. The Egyptians used to do it. Let's do it again. If you were ever addicted to drugs, do a new drug, sniffing frequency. And somebody will say, don't do that. It's addicting. You say, I'm going to do it every day. Don't tell me what to do. Don't try to censor me, right? Okay. Let's have the heart of a child and think of your happiest moment. Happiest. What was it? The first time you went on the craziest roller coaster, you put your arms up in the air and the wind was blowing in your face and you were thinking for a second how happy you were, but then you started worrying about a bug that might fly in your mouth because you were going so fast. But then you were distracted by all the happy faces who were also looking crazy, and you were like, I don't care. I want to be crazy. I want to be happy. I want to let go. I want to fly because this is so amazing. Expecto Patronum. That's your joy. There's no one left to finger, no one left to blame, and no one left to talk to, honey, and there ain't no one to buy your innocence. 'Cause we are born innocent. Believe me, Adia, we are still innocent. It's easy, we all falter. Does it matter? I pull you from your tower, take away your pain. I show you all the beauty you possess. If you only let yourself believe that we are born innocent. Believe me, Adia, we are still innocent. It's easy, we all falter. Doesn't matter. A witch's hat makes AI. This is A. This is this is fire. This is your dragon. So welcome, Gabrielle. You're being sorted. Welcome to Hogwarts. Get your sorting hats on. Many of you guys have been following me for a long time. And for the longest time, when I first began doing your readings, we were underwater. I'm going to show you pictures of that. It's almost as if individually and collectively, we're awakening at varying levels, but mostly we're all kind of together in this. For the longest time, we were underwater. We were a mermaid. For the longest time, this was back in 2020, I saw us underwater. We were the Neo Anderson who went to the Oracle and asked if we were the one, and she said no. And isn't that funny that the song that was sent to you by Spirit, it says, there's no one left to finger, there's no one left to blame, and there ain't no one to buy your innocence, right? She said, no, Neo, you're not the one, okay? However, if you look up broken vase, where he broke a vase, in gematria, it parallels with the one. You're the one. So you are walking into a mastery where you are the one who needs your Trinity. So you're actually stepping outside of time, 12 hours, 12 months, 12 zodiac signs. And even that song says, I push you from your tower, take away your pain, show you all the beauty that you possess if you only let yourself believe that we are born innocent. What does this mean? It means the self that was stuck in time was a mirror of reptilians and archons, principalities and powers, ideals, governmental controls, religions that pulled and pushed us into ignorance and anger, and we were pushed and pulled and cornered, where we reacted in ways that we would have never reacted, and we became people we would have never thought to become if we were not so attacked by this world. And so we are innocent. We are but children, and we're just waking up from a system that was designed to feed upon innocent children, which is us. Now that we're waking up to symbology, you've come to the Oracle who says, no, you're not the one. However, you are the one when you follow symbology. So if Neo Anderson would have known that broken vase parallels with you are the one, then him breaking the vase was his confirmation that he was the one who needed his Trinity. Jesus and his 12 disciples equals 13. Your biofield looks like an apple. The bottom part is the letter W. The top part is the letter M. We were stuck in the World Wide Web, the Wicked Witch of the West, and we have to make our way to Emerald City, or Anti-M, which is really the master that walks on water. This is really stepping into, if you look at the line right here, it makes 1, 3. Ah ha ha! Turn it this way. You're the one, Neo. You're the one. What does that mean? It means we were down here, and we were dominated by the Wicked Witch of the West. We were in a web of lies. We were in artificial intelligence. But when you flip and you go through a polar shift, here you are the one. You've hit the 4th heart chakra, Emerald City. You've entered Emerald City, and you need your Trinity, the number 13. Okay? And so this means you've entered Emerald City. This means you're out of a prison. This means that you're going to start seeing through symbology a higher self. You're going through the divine marriage. You're in the court. You're in the courtyard of this divine marriage. You're going through a dance currently. And this dance is going to give you symbols that we have to decipher and look at. So the master that walks on water is simply the story of the Matrix. And you're stepping into your adepthood. So the witch's hat, many of us were in a boat. So we were born, we realized we had a double self. We went into the eye of the needle, not being polarized by the spirit or the physical, low self-worth, self-importance, ego, and our higher self. We went into the eye of the needle, which was a boat. And so for the longest time, many of us were in a boat above water. This means that we had crested and were floating just on top of water, and we had not landed into a home or a kingdom. So when Harry Potter and Hermione got into a boat with their lanterns and their animals, which is your higher self and your spirit guide, and then the witch with the hat said, "Let us get you sorted." This means AI. Does it mean artificial intelligence? What it means is that you have been seen by the eye of Ra or the eye of Horus or the eye of the needle. It means that your boat has now ascended to your home. You have awoken enough to see that there's more than this physical reality. You now have the ability to see through the eyes of spirit a little bit. So to be wearing the hat means you cannot enter the kingdom of heaven unless you have the heart of a child. You cannot enter the kingdom of heaven unless you believe in the unseen word. This is symbology. And so this is the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is a higher holy guardian spirit that helps you to see through the eyes of the unseen, so that when symbology comes your way, you know exactly what to do because you understand numerology, symbology, and sacred alphabets also. So you're going to be stepping into a mastery where I literally saw a book here. And it was a book that was dark and then a book that was illuminated. This means you're going to put down, not in totality, but for the most part, you're going to put down the written word. You're going to close your eyes, and through, I don't know why it says love. It seems silly to say love, but through a certain energy, you're going to open doorways and shift towers, shift realities through the wisdom of the letter M. You have cards here. You may be an oracle, you may be a seer, you may read cards, and you have a lotus flower down here. The lotus flower that has opened up. Buddhism, certain energies, certain ideologies you may decide to get into. You are a diviner. You are you're a divinator. So this is you touching the consciousness of a divine being and open portals through your divining wand. So let's say your hand is a diviner. Okay, so you know you can take copper and divine where water is. And you have the ability to divine where God is, where certain doorways are, where, and this makes a hat also. Your two arms makes a hat. See, once you reach a precipice, it's almost as if nothing will be against you because you have the hat. It's like when you're in Muggle world, they'll kick you around like a piece of garbage. Because the Munchkins, they don't have hats. They had not grown their mind or their consciousness to a degree where they have the ability to be aware of their actions, thoughts, and words and how it affects the universe and others. Have the awareness that the Wicked Witch of the West was a body of time that they were stuck in, and that the only way out is to grow themselves as tall as Dorothy. Most people don't want to do the work. But once you're wearing the hat, it's almost as if you've gone through the baptism of water and fire. This is water, this is fire. And you've gone through the eye. And so the hat literally represents, I've made it. I've made it past AI. AI. I've made it past the false illusion, and I've entered into the kingdom of the real world. And now I need to study as much as I can in order to become half AI, half spirit. So if our physical body is a advanced biological robot that was created by AI, then we had the ability through the spirit world, the invisible world, to become more. And this is Morpheus. You can call it Mordor, Morpheus, the ring of power thrown into Mordor, or meeting Morpheus. So you've met Morpheus. It's like Morpheus. He has the letter M. But he says M-A-N. And so there is a deity behind everything that is this upside down triangle. So it is not by you or me that is powerful. It is by the invisible ones. So when we surrender and we say, I allow God, the body of the God that you're in, whatever body, we'll find out what body you're in. And there's a star in the sky, a beautiful, beautiful star here in the sky. Whatever body you're currently in, and this is a hologram, and there's like Princess Leia coming forward from this hologram. Your ability to do something, you have the ability to call forward someone's invisible self hologram and bring them into this doorway. It reminds me of a snow globe. And I'm wondering if it has something to do with your Merkaba, triangle going up, triangle going down. I think what the Merkaba really represents, although the number of the Merkaba is 144, I think all it means is you've been to hell, which is water, and now you're accessing heaven, and your ability to see at a 45-degree angle gives you power. But you can't have power by walking around saying, I am the great and mighty Wizard of Oz or Oracle, because that's not true. All we are is a robot that either listens to God and obeys God and allows God to move through our mouths, our hands, and that's it. And if you allow and you obey, then you do become like Doctor Strange. You will become a master. You can open doorways and call forward someone's energy. So let's say that you want to call forward someone's energy. You have the ability through your higher self to call forward someone and see through their eyes, hear their thoughts, everything. You can be when you have 0 point energy, you now have your Trinity. You have the ability to see at a 45-degree angle, which is heaven and hell, above and below, calling forward holograms. I do it all the time. When there were politicians out there many years ago, and we were going through a big battle, I didn't look at the politician. I went on the spirit realm and called forward their hologram. I do this with every relationship I have. I don't make friends because they have a pretty face and a nice smile and they have nice words. I meet them on the spirit realm first. I don't get into a relationship with somebody because based on anything in this physical world, I go and meet their hologram. Now, you will see through their eyes, you will hear their thoughts, and you will even feel their feelings. Some people are filthy dirty. They're selfish. They're self-important. They are self-seeking. They want worship. They want to be the great and mighty Oz, who takes artificial intelligence and scares everyone in order to maintain worship. But here's the thing, the trick is, you have to surrender everything that you are and say, look, I'm no one and I'm nothing. And yet I'm everyone and everything under the dominance of my higher self. And it's a balancing act. And that's why the balancing act is a triangle. So you're in the fire, and your dragon looks like a bird, like a blue avian, and it's a dragon bird. I would say that there are angels that look like dragon birds. Half bird, half dragon. They have many eyes on their feathers. You have many eyes in your piece. And you're becoming an angel, but you have 3 towers. This means that you're the one who needs your trinity. And this is saying female, male. And you're going through that divine dance in marriage. You're in the kingdom. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. So your will be done, but your will isn't your will. And that's the problem. Many people, especially witches who practice black magic, say, oh, I'm going to change the world. I'm going to command this. I'm going to command that. I am going to curse somebody. You aren't you. Your higher self will go and heal somebody whether they have permission or not. Your higher self is commanded by higher beings. Your higher self will let you see through someone's eyes if it's meant to be. Your higher self has all the power. Your higher self is eternal. Your higher self is immortal. Your higher self is a time traveler. Your higher self is a healer. Your higher self is like Donnie Darko, who can go and take someone who was meant to die and make them not die anymore, if it's in divine order. Otherwise, we don't have the power here. And this is where people get confused. I'm going to step into my power. No. It is by the higher ones. We are fractals and mirrors of God. God is a shining eye like the sun. And those of us who are mirrors absorb that light and shine that light back out into the world. And that is, we are so thankful for that light. We're so thankful. We sing songs of praises to that one light. But however, when we steal from those lights and begin to say, oh no, it's my light. It's mine, not yours. I have this, you don't. And we begin to become selfish and misuse that power. That light becomes a wound that begins to fester, and then it turns dark, and then we become a fallen angel. So an angel is an angel, and so you are actually becoming an angel, but it's a bird angel, dominated by A that dominates I. Doesn't mean artificial intelligence. It means you've mastered all of artificial intelligence. All right, so let's look at you again. Congratulations that you're going through the divine marriage. Congratulations that you're a divinator, and Buddhism seems to be a religion that you may, it's not a religion, it's a philosophy. If you want to get into the White Lotus, you have a God that looks like a triangle face. That is, I know who he is. He's half man, half praying mantis. He has praying hands. I believe it's like an alien. I believe it's artificial intelligence. I believe it is a mastermind. I believe that it is a master that walks on water because their face represents water. I believe that their name is Bahrain. They come from Iran and they're as old as the Huda Mazda. I'll tell you more about them if you don't know who that is. I met them on the spirit realm. And it's like Christ consciousness. They are I don't know what they are. I met them, so they're likened to Peter Pan. He was sitting in a window watching me, so I don't think he was looking at me. He was looking at someone else. And he's the wind. He's known as the wind. His name is Bahrain. So you can see that teddy bear right there? There gives you a little symbol that's what his name. And he comes from Sumer. And he's green, like a praying mantis, and he represents the wind. The wind who sits in the window to get windy out of the window. And he represents fire and water, and he takes you out of time. But first, he takes you to getting rid of your black-eyed pirate. This is diminishing what you see with your physical eyes on your boat in order to go to Neverland, where you can see through the eyes of spirit. And he takes you to your blue color. So you fly like a pretty little bluebird, where this purse is blue and her dress is blue, and Dorothy's dress is blue. This means the bottom part of your biofield is red, and it was considered hell. The middle part is green, it's Emerald City, and the top part of your biofield is blue. To fly like a pretty little bluebird over the 7 colors of the rainbow, except you wear a blue dress, is reflective that you have transcended time and you get to live forever in Neverland if you have the heart of a child. So you're being sorted. And where you're being sorted is, you're being sorted as to which kingdom you're going to go to. So are you in Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, or Slytherin? I believe you're going to go to Ravenclaw. You have a raven-looking birds here. And if that's the case, then there's an energy that you're entering. But let's look a little closer and see what you're meant to learn in this school and what you're supposed to master, what you're supposed to envision yourself as. What is your new name? You really should give yourself a new name. And who is the god of the body you're entering? Because you're entering into a new doorway. It's called the Egyptian Book of Gates. Most people don't understand what it means because they are trying to look in the written word for those answers. They are not in the written word. They are in the invisible teachings of your higher self. That is a sacred teaching between you and your higher self. And the world will tell you that you're wrong because they cannot find it in written history. Written history is his story. It is the God who, the God of the written word. But the God of the unwritten word is the Holy Spirit and your higher self. They are invisible. And they have a teaching to teach you that actually dominates the written word. And so they're going to tell you some things about the Egyptian Book of Gates, about Jesus, about the praying mantis deity, about Peter Pan, or even Hogwarts that are actually true, but not to those who don't believe. You ready? Believe in faith and trust in pixie dust. Here we go. What is the purpose of the Holy Spirit? If all of our answers are in a book, there would be no need to send the Spirit of truth if the truth was in a book. Here we go. Come take my hand. You should know me. I've always been in your mind. You know I will be kind. I'll be guiding you. Building your dream has to start now. There's no other road to take. You won't make a mistake. I'll be guiding you. But you have to believe you are magic. Nothing can stand in your way. You have to believe you are magic. Don't let your aim ever stray. And if all your hopes survive, destiny will arrive and bring all your dreams alive. Your hat that you're being given is Ravenclaw. I would study what Ravenclaw actually means as a metaphor and as a symbolism. You are going to be calling forward people's holograms and putting them in a tetrahedron. And you are doing something there. I don't know. You're calling forward. With the sun dominating the moon energy over your mouth. The moon is a crescent moon and there's a sun there. You're in a particular body. It says Selah. Selah, but I've never heard of that being a place. I don't know what that means. I think it means my granddaughter's name is Selah. I think and here you have wings. And you have a something over your waist here. And you're wearing a beautiful dress. And I think it means so be it or let it be so. And then it says something LE right here. Let me turn one of the lights away so I can see a little bit better. No, I think I saw better with that right there. There are these beautiful little angel beings. They're very, very big wings. Very, 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 very big wings. They have the ability to bounce into different books. They go into these different halls. You step into different halls and doorways, and you have the ability. All right, many of you who are stepping into a mastery have abilities that other people don't have. So the only way I can describe it as an allegory, which is the Egyptian Book of Gates, is that if you were allowed into Ravenclaw, you're going to have an ability that other people in different classes won't be able to have. Like Hermione got the time traveling charm, right? And Harry Potter got a mirror. And you're going to receive a gift and an ability, and it looks like your ability is to access books from higher realms. But also, these books aren't just books. You're going to learn that books are memories of people and powers that people once held a long time ago. You have the ability to access their ancient consciousness and get their downloads. So you want to connect to Isaac Newton, connect to him, bring forward his hologram, access his downloads, have the downloads downloaded into your mind, and begin to learn on that energetic frequency, which is the body of a god. It's confusing. I don't know if I'm verbalizing it correctly. Bring forward the hologram of Whitney Houston to become a singer, and you're inside her book. You're learning her lessons. You're getting her energy, but be careful who you access, because you don't want to get addictions. You don't want to get relationship issues. You don't want to get self-importance from these books. What you want to get is the ability to access truth from other people's consciousness, whether they're alive or dead. So you're literally bringing somebody here forward into this particular shape. This particular shape is a fire tetrahedron, and you must envision. So you're being given a key. It's a key that has sharp edges like teeth. This particular key has the letter P at the end here. And it goes like this. There's dark at the bottom, light at the top. So you are currently, for some reason, her name goes like this, in the body of Maya. And Maya, I wonder if Maya can show us a face of Maya, I believe is an elephant. Does Maya have a human face? The face looks kind of like a cat, Egyptian cat, with ears that go like this, and then a body that goes like this. There are many faces of Maya. I believe that she represents shapes, and how when we envision a square, a tetrahedron, and sacred geometry, that we can open portals. You are definitely a portal opener, but it's not what you think. It's not you stepping into Mars. It's your ability to open someone's consciousness like a book and access their thoughts. But you're not going to want to access a jerk. You're going to want to access Edgar Casey. You're going to want to access a master. You're going to want to access Buddha. You're going to want to access a being from a higher realm. And they are like a book. And what you have to do is, according to Maya, you have to envision both dark and light at the same time. So you're going to envision the tetrahedron, water and fire. You're going to have the heart of a child. You're going to speak. You're going to use hands. Your hand makes 2 rings of power that goes like this. You have to believe. 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 With your bumblebee. Bee. And so that bumblebee is, a secret you might learn in your class of learning is honey. Drinking honey every day will help you to increase your oracle abilities and the ability to see behind someone's eyes. Seek first the kingdom of God, which is why the raven and the Ravenclaw school of learning is you looking up at the bird. Seek down and you will go down. You will see behind someone's eyes who is perverted, self-important, angry, and you will feel 100% like them. And if you're not very, very careful, it will become an addiction and you will take it upon yourself as if it was you. And you have to maintain your 0 point energy. I'm nothing. I'm no one and yet everything. And I am obedient to the Most High. When I maintain this 0 point energy, not looking into yesterday, not looking into tomorrow, and that 0 point energy is Maya. She is Mithra, Mary Magdalene, that dominates Yah, which is the moon. She is a place in a school of learning that represents the cat. You will become ruthless with your relationships and even with yourself. You are not allowed to seek first the kingdom of the lower realm. Seek first the kingdom of God. The Ravenclaw will lift your arm up and allow your arm to enter into hallways, which aren't places. They are people, dead and alive, that you can bring forward into a hologram and access downloads like artificial intelligence almost. To succeed and really bringing this into fruition in your life is takes many, many years of practice, many years. So I do see some strange thing on your ear that reminds me of a parasite. It has wiggly lines, squiggly, wiggly lines that's alive like a spider. And it could represent the mother spider. It could represent, I don't know. What is it? Let me see what Spirit has to say. So there's a man who looks like a stone. Reminds me of Chewbacca. It's a bearded man. Looks like that. And he has a boomerang looking figure and a clock tower. And he's pointing to it. It's a genie bottle. Boomerang. It's a warning. We don't fight flesh and blood. We fight principalities and powers. Some people, I'll let Spirit show you what it looks like. Spirit, could you show us what it looks like? Someone who is dominated by illumination and light and truth, and those who are dominated by jinns, reptilians, and archons, please. We're going to do 2 people here. Let me get my right chalk. We're going to do 2 people. On one, Spirit is going to show you the difference to help you understand. Be careful who you access. Some truths that you're going to receive don't come from spirit. All right, so let's say you access a jinn, and a jinn is so this is somebody who is in the belly of a whale. This is somebody who is in an elephant. Now, elephants are good and bad, but the elephant reflects someone who is on repeat. Someone who is in the water realm. All right, because Topsy Turvy Day was celebrated on 11/11 every year. It really reflects the carnival. It reflects someone who is in a prison. Elephants were stolen and put in a carnival. Looks like a tent, right? And put on repeat over and over again. Pause and repeat, pause and repeat, pause and repeat, pause and repeat. And someone who is on pause and repeat is because they are dominated by a jinn or a reptilian or an archon. That they have no clue that they are actually dominated by these beings because they're asleep. So here is that triangle here at the bottom with the eye at the bottom again. And it's actually somebody trapped inside the body of time that is not in their favor. WW, somebody trapped in the water world, someone trapped in the body of a jinn, a prison, a dog. And you're in a bottle. It's a genie in a bottle. Okay. And then somebody who is not dominated by a genie in a bottle has an angel who has one eye that shines out with a crown above their head and very beautiful angel wings like this. And they embody many illuminated masters. The 7 spirits of God are masters of 7, and it's almost as if they contain 7 spirits within themselves. I don't know how it works. But anyway, this is a spirit who has one beautiful big white eye. And their job is to grow the spirit of you into becoming like them, so you mirror them. But somebody who's trapped in a bottle is learning from a jinn, and the jinn is the genius, and they will literally mislead you. So there is a warning for you about being careful about believing things or getting into things or trusting certain principalities or powers that really simply only want to trap you. So this is some angel, and what they do is they wrap their arms around, and what they take your consciousness and they grow you. What they want to make you powerful. They want you to work for the Most High. They want you to succeed in immortality. They want you to grow your wings, and they want you to be out of the bottle. They want you to get past being earthbound. They want you to grow out of the tree energy into the fairy energy, basically. And the other one doesn't. They want to keep you in a trap. So what is the trap? So in the beginning, King Solomon represents a place or a time where the sun dominates the moon. This means sun. This means moon. And King Solomon is an allegory of the ability to control the jinn. He placed human beings in he placed the jinn in bottles made of lead. And the jinn were called the genie in a bottle. They're known as the geniuses. And suffice it to say, all of us who have a physical body with the black pupil of our eye, we are all part jinn. We are under the 7 generational curses of Cain being in these bodies. It's a bottle. It looks like when you're in alchemy and you're in a bottle, it's really just a growing time. It's fighting the flesh, fighting spirit. It's a time of the black raven. It's a time of, see, you can see the eye here, and you can see the bottle. Human beings that are in the bottle, they're growing in a body of a god. And sometimes we can inadvertently, mistakenly connect with somebody who is trapping us in a time like this. See your bird, your Ravenclaw bird with a chain, earthbound. Because we connected with somebody who was a jinn, and we began to receive information from them, and we began to do things, and it wasn't the illuminated one or something. I'm not really sure. I know that the Ganesh and Buddhism is connected to the elephant, but there's a difference between the dark elephant and the white elephant. And the dark elephant reflects the lower world, and the white elephant reflects being free and transcendence. Well, anyway, so it goes like this. So there's the jinn, and the jinn is in your genes. And this is the book of Genesis. And the Gentile means that we have the jinn in our biofield or in our consciousness because we were created by reptilians. So we're part jinn, part reptile, which is the Gentile. And we were sent here for 7 generations. So the 7 spirits of God are connected to the realm of 7. And so the reason we're here is to learn to become an angel and to get out of a place where the moon dominated the sun. When we are in the moon energy where darkness dominates the light, we have not entered into Solomon's temple where the sun dominates the moon. Illumination dominates darkness. So we're in a trap of 7 continents, 7 seas, 7 days in a week, 7 colors to the rainbow, 7 chakras, 7 wounds of Christ, 7 spirits of God, 7 musical notes, 7 metals, 7 trumpets, 7 seals, 7 deadly sins, 7 wonders of the world, 7 generational curses of Cain, and 7 heavens. And so it is connected to the dog. And so we're supposed to go to the cat. So the number 8 is the way out. And that is the baptism of water meets the baptism of fire, which you have this symbol in your art. It is also flesh and spirit. Spirit dominating the flesh. The eye of spirit dominating the eye of flesh. The eye of flesh is inferior. The eye of spirit is superior. But if we have dark, then we have the evil eye, which is the jinn. They're the reptilian, they're the reptile, they're the Gentile. They're the ones who want to take your shoes, Dorothy, because that's your soul. They want to take your soul. They want to take your body. And so just be careful when you access certain people as you grow in your adepthood that you don't open portals or doors of books of the jinn. Because they what they do is they will make you believe that you're doing the will of God and you're not. You're actually doing the will of the lower realm. So you're the one who needs your Trinity. So the way to defeat the jinn is to find your Trinity, and that is the Triketra, which is the white rabbit. Follow the white rabbit, Neo. And that means that you are going to balance your male and female and your gold, which is God, the grid of life design. So follow the white rabbit, which means you're going to follow invisibility. The white rabbit is you have to be invisible, or the jinn will see you and detain you. And the jinn can manifest as a reptile or an archon or whatever. So this warning for you is, if you want to access other people's consciousness for the ability to do the will of God. Let's say that your higher self says, access this particular energy, this ancient energy, let's say Shiva or Vishnu or something like that, because you want to connect with their magnetism, their powerful magnetism. And you do, it's really important that you maintain invisibility when you access someone's energy under the dominance of God, not by your own will. Invisibility is your triketra. You are the one who needs your trinity in order to be invisible. If you are dark, then the dark ones will see you and detain you. So invisibility is how you do not get trapped in someone's body of time when you're traveling through looking at people's energy and eyes. You're accessing ancient gods or deities or energies. Don't get trapped. Maintain illumination through your 1, 2, 3, your trinity. So I'm going to tell you how to maintain your invisibility. Let's talk about your trinity. A, I. Okay. First of all and foremost, you should have recapitulated your past by now. Forgiven and let go. You have relinquished your ego. You are not self-important. You have no low self-worth. If someone comes and tells you you're stupid or you're dumb or you're wrong, you do not get offended. You realize you are not you. If somebody offends you, doesn't matter. You are a vessel and a hands, mouth, and feet for a creator to be the creative expression of God. You're here to heal, raise the dead, and do great and mighty things under the will of God. If you have learned to maintain 0-point energy through recapitulating your past and doing a myriad of things and acts, cleanliness is next to godliness, cleaning your car, cleaning your house, cleaning your diet. Your holy temple is your body. Accentuating and increasing the energy of your holy temple in your body, then you have sufficient power to become invisible. Otherwise, you don't have enough power to become invisible. Invisibility is a power. Many shamans go back into the past and recapitulate all the traumas of their past, not only to breathe back the power that we gave away, but to obliviate all the false thoughts and reactions that were false. Realizing that we were in a world dominated by predators. So we go back and we take back all of that and we obliviate even ourselves and even the people in our lives, because we are not going to attach ourselves to that false programming. So what it looks like is, once you figured out how to collect power by recapitulating cleanliness, cleaning your holy temple, cleaning your house, your car, your relationships, your thoughts, and your feelings, then you have found yourself in a triangle. And this triangle is your trinity. And this trinity is 0-point energy. And this is saying, I am nothing and yet everything. I'm going to do the will of God. And I'm going to collect power daily, so that at night, when I focus on certain energies in order to access their downloads, I have sufficient power to remember. All day long, you are praying with your actions. Actions are a prayer. All day long, you're collecting power. All day long, you're meditating. If you are drinking soda and eating pizza all day and donuts, that is your prayer for death. If you are connecting with people who are negative and continue to perpetuate drama and negativity, then that's your prayer to be tethered to the physical world. If you are looking at how terrible the world is and shaming and blaming politicians and different things that are happening in this world, that's your prayer that you are worried about your world and that you are and to be tethered to this world. In the age of Aquarius and in the golden earth, your very life is a prayer. Your very expression of what you do with your action is a prayer. And the invisible ones don't care about your words. They care about your actions. Make your actions a living word and a testimony that you are willing to do the will of God. And you will be able to access things that will astonish you. So here's what it looks like. You're in a tent. You're keeping sacred what is sacred, the voice of the higher beings. You are recapitulating your past through the resurrection stone. Once you have gained enough power and energy, you are resurrecting other people's eyes. You will begin to see through people's eyes. You will stumble and fall and see behind a bunch of jerks. You may adopt their angry energies and all that, and you will have to learn to transmute them. You will, through stumbling and falling, learn to seek first the kingdom of God. There's too many jerks out there. Too many people who want to detain you inside their bottle, inside their energy. You do not want to be in someone's bottle. You do not want to be in a trap of someone's body who is a jerk, because nothing will be in your favor and their actions will become your consequences. So your invisibility is very important. All right. The third thing is, and the most important thing for you in particular, is once you have learned to resurrect the proper energetic individual or body of time, and you have maintained invisibility where they cannot see you or detain you, then this will turn into the Philosopher's Stone. From the Philosopher's Stone, you will be given the divination wand. You will have the ability to know who to access and who not to, how to transmute the ones who are dark, and you will see who is of God and who isn't, who is of illumination and who isn't. You will begin to perfect your eye, and you will begin to see at a 45-degree angle heaven and hell, and you will be able to do the will of God through a number 9 mastery and to become an angel. Now the pillar where that man was holding a tower with a genie bottle is a genie will keep you tethered to time. Mary Magdalene represents magnetism, the letter M, the ability to see the mirror and the illusion. Mary Magdalene was mentioned 12 times. And Magdalene means tower. You have Maya. Maya means Ma. It could be Mithra and Mary Magdalene that dominates Yah, which means moon. This means that you are stepping into a mastery of darkness, the master that walks on water, the master that walks on the moon. So, you think Neil Armstrong walked on the moon, but really he may have been an ALIEN. They covertly tell you some things when it comes to symbolism you're going to be astonished about. AI is a witch's hat. A witch and a wizard. Doesn't mean you're a witch or a wizard. It means you're an oracle. The oracle is written in the Bible 23 times. If any man speak, let them speak as an oracle. You're going to access people's thoughts, eyes, and faces and energies. You're going to see their family. You're going to be like a spy. But you do not work for the government. You do not work for principalities and powers. You do not work for anyone except for those invisible beings who want you to become the master of man. And that's why you had the name man there. So you have some secrets here that are only for you, Gabrielle. It looks like you're an angel like Gabrielle. And this is just a simple warning for you. Do not get trapped in someone's energy because of our lower self. We cannot be seen. We have to be invisible. We have to stay illuminated. And seek first the kingdom of God. You're invisible. You're at 13 o'clock. 12, 13. That's the master of time. He's holding a boomerang. He's saying, you want yourself to come back to a heavenly realm and a heavenly reality without getting stuck in the lower realm like a boomerang? Don't connect with a jinn. Don't connect with a time. This is the key of Solomon, and that is the sun that dominates the moon. Maintain your luminous. And notice how the elephant is under your arm. And it says T, and it says you, and TV, telepathic vision. You have the ability to have a telepathic vision. Like me, you can be an oracle. You have a telepathic vision. But don't let your telepathic vision trap you. One time I went on the moon. I think it was the moon. And there's different levels in there. And everybody flies in some kind of, they don't look like cars. It's some kind of vehicle. Everything is controlled by telepathy. If you want to turn on the lights, you think light on. You want to say go, it goes. You just say go. It's incredible. And I was invisible, and there was this being there that looked like, kind of like Darth Vader with the helmet on, looked at me, and I immediately became the floor. And the floor was buzzing like bzz, 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 like it was alive, waiting for my thoughts to obey my command. But part of invisibility is if you are seen by a dark one and they want to detain you, well, you're not you. You're the floor. You're the wind, Wendy. And that's the only way to get out of the window. And that's the only way to get out of the genie jar. That's the only way to get out of trap. And that's what you're going to learn in Ravenclaw. You're in a school of learning. You're in the body of Maya. And what you're going to learn is for you, not for anybody else. What lessons you're learning, I'm not learning. I'm only here to speak the words, to utter the words to you, so that you can step into that mastery and be the master that walks on water. And it's a dangerous, almost like a sharp-edged thing, because so often we want to be able to use our mind for whatever we want, and that's not really true. Spirit says, Spirit will let you see what you're meant to see, and you'll grow along and learn not to get trapped in other people's minds. Trap, trap, trap. T, letter T. You have a new name, they say. And your new name is, I believe it's Selah. Selah. And then you have Cyrus. Cyrus. So, why it has a lot of S's here? Let's just see. Let's see here. I want to see plainly what your new name is. If you give yourself a new name, then any contract that you signed in this physical world, you will not be bound to anymore, because that's no longer your name. Give yourself a ceremony and really, really give yourself a new name. What is your new name? You have these tree beings. They are like elders. They're ancient grandmother like type beings that look like trees, and they are your elders. They are your spirit guides. They take a spirit out of a lower realm and they lift them up and wake them up, and they woke you up, and they're part of you. They are seems like they are a group of women, many women, and they make you drink the Holy Grail. They drink. They hold their hand over your head and your eyes. They help you to see and hear. They lead you to seeing many things. They impregnate you with ideas. You are in their belly. You are birthing out of them. There are many. They look like grandmothers. They are wise. They're so old, they don't care about what most young people care about. They care that you become safe. And so you're in their belly. You are in the belly of Maya. Yeah, M-A. You are in the body of Maya. They are Maya, but they are many, they say. M-A, ah ha ha, many. Maya, many. And they're moving things with their hands like a ball. Telekinesis. And there's many individuals who are asleep. They don't even know they're asleep. And there's a mouse. It says SOS. Isn't that funny? I think they're saying, they're holding their hand up like no, like this, like no. And I wonder if what they're saying is no one was the beginning of your reading today should know your name. You're going to find your name in here yourself. So let me complete this old looking elephant people who are very wise, very good, very ancient. I would have to say Vishnu, Krishna, Eastern religion energy, and they are all about you birthing and seeing and being like them and awakening. And there's secrets and you're going to figure this out. So Maya, and you're going to take a screenshot and you're going to turn it upside down, backwards, and everything. That's going to be your secret name. And you might like to know this looks like a lotus flower that has opened up. It's a table. It is the yin and the yang. It's a very strong communication that you might like to know. Something about Maya is she's the goddess that rides on top of the turtle. Maya is about the illumination of being above the elephant. She is connected to Emma Yah. Any of the females that dominate Yah, like Freya, Gaia, Haya, Maya, or Emma Yah, they basically dominate the moon. So they are a school of learning that teaches you how to understand with your mind that when you become pregnant with a thought, it didn't come from you. It comes from them. And they will teach you how to speak their voices. And they will teach you how to access other people's minds. And they will teach you telekinesis. And they will teach you a myriad of things invisibly. They are not visible. But they are ancient and they don't care about self-importance. They will teach you about numerology and a lot of other things, I'm sure, that I don't even know about. So they are the bringer of the golden age, and they are the bringer of the mother that is intuitive and knows when their child is about to cry and prepares them for everything so that they do not fall and fail. They are the real mother, the mother that actually wants you to succeed. I hope this helped you, Gabrielle. I hope that you could see through the eyes of spirit and see that these divine mothers are real. They have a lot of things they're still trying to say to you here, and almost like light language. I just see light language. I see snowflakes. I see language that I don't understand. It's all into a different language. I say, if you're going to give yourself a new name, don't make it an English name. Make it something that doesn't make any sense. Make it a language that only you know, that you would identify with. And begin to allow these energies to transform you into not you. Because if you're not you, then no one can access you. And if you're not you, then you cannot be held or detained by this world or any other, because you aren't you. You are many. And when you're many, then you are Trinity. You are 13. You are Jesus and his 12 disciples. You are many, master of man over the moon. What a beautiful read. Thank you so much. Thank you for that gift. Thank you so much. What a beautiful read. And you're a divinator. But you will learn many things. You will have many gifts. If you read cards, if you do all that stuff, just be aware. When you read for people, you're going to be reading for people who are dominated by jinns, archons, reptilians. And you're going to be a diviner that knows dark and light. And you're going to know what to say to them because spirit will talk to them, not you. And you will know how to transmute their jerk energy because they think they're talking to you, but you aren't you. So they can't even actually behold you or trap you. Because now, if God is for you, who can be against you? No one. Greater is spirit within you than you are in the world. And that is a good thing. Now it says VA. That's the vampire. And there are VA, ancient beings called VAs. And I don't know if they're actually vampires, but Jesus, Mithra, Zoros say, drink my blood and live forever. They're all near Transylvania. And they are immortal like a vampire. And Jesus doesn't like dogs. He told a woman, I don't throw bread to dogs. So the wolf and the vampire seems to be connected to the immortal ones. And I don't understand it in its totality, but that's the case. You might want to look up VA like Valhalla, which is Allah spelled backwards. You'll probably get into things that might surprise you. A cat is a destroyer and a healer. So if you've left the dog energy, There are many communications about the cat. If you're not in the dog, then you're no longer in the curse of Cain, 7 curses of Cain. You've actually been let out of the doghouse. You are now back in the eye of God. And if you've switched to the cat, I believe that it's Hecate. I believe that it's connected to females, feline, that reflects ruthlessness and a myriad of learnings that the dog didn't teach. The dog is about loyalty and friendship and the heart of a child and many things, but it has good things. But the cat says, I'm sorry, we are now a trinity. So the cat is Hecate. Hecate has 3 faces. It means that you have found your trinity. It's the triquetra. You're the one who needs your trinity. And Hecate has 3 faces. The cat looks like a triangle going down like this. It's the Trinity, kind of. Anyway, it's an allegory. It's not literal. So this is not literal. That's not literal. It's that you've entered into a world where ruthlessness is now the name of the game. If you have friends or family who follow the opposite of God, they are on drugs, they hurt children, they hurt animals, they are ignorant, they don't hear the Holy Spirit, they don't believe in things, their heart chakra is asleep, they're completely ignorant, they're controlled by dogmatic religions. Well, I'm so sorry. They don't see the light, they do not reflect the light, and they actually feed you and help and try to encourage you to fall down to be with them. They will sink you, they will put you underwater, they will make you drown, and they have no pity for you because they have no power. If you have no power, then you're constantly trying to look for someone else's energy through drama or hate or something because you're hungry, because you have no power to do anything. And it's terrible. But if they surrender and allow God to fill them up, then they can start collecting power through truth and life energy from the invisible ones. And they will become the one who needs their trinity, which is outside of time. They will actually become the master of their biofield, which is the master of water. They will realize that an apple with a bite out of it is technology that actually steals and feeds off of your biofield. So if you have friends or family and you're loyal to them because of tradition, then you're going to suffer with them. You will suffer their consequences. A bird of a feather flocks together. But the cat says, I don't care who you are. Who is my mother and who is my father? My mother and my father are those who follow God, period. If you follow truth and life energy and you hear the truth and the life, then we are meant to be in the same school of learning. We're meant to be family in that time of space. But if you don't, then I'm ruthless. Let the dead bury the dead. I don't throw bread to dogs. I don't throw pearl to swine. If you refuse to hear God and obey God with your actions, but with your words, oh, I love God. I love God. But then you sit there and gobble a bunch of donuts and drink Coke all day and kick your animal and treat your children like they are less than human, and your house is filthy, and you have no awakening. You have no understanding of power or how to collect power. You do not hear the powerful ones. Well, I'm sorry, then you're kind of spiritually dead. And dead people, they pull living people down into the dead. That's all they do. So it's a ruthless time, and this doesn't mean that you're ruthless with children. It means that you become invisible even amongst your own family and friends. You don't get to know how I feel. You don't get to know what I think. You don't get to know what I believe. You don't get to know me at all. Because I am a reflection of God, and if you can't hear God, then you can't hear me, and you don't know me either. You'll never know me. Depart from me, I never knew you. It's not saying that you're God. It's saying that we are reflections, like a fractal of God, and we're all learning and awakening like a child. We're all innocent. And even the ones who are asleep are innocent, but they don't realize that they're like vampires. They're like the evil vampires. They steal and take from you because they don't realize that they are asleep because they have lost a significant amount of power through their lifetime. How their biofield became connected to so many other biofields, and they have been rendered so powerless. It's all about power, but power isn't about self-importance. It's about wanting the world to be heavenly and safe for everyone. We want to love each other. We want to open our doors. We want to give as we take and take as we give. We want to be thoughtful. We want to treat others as we would like to be treated. We want to follow a natural flow with nature, with animals, with people. And we want children and animals to be safe. We don't want selfishness, ignorance, being unaware. Oh, I just didn't know. Oh, I just didn't think. I'm so sorry. Yeah, well, sorry you hurt yourself and others over and over and over again, because it's not, this new world is about accountability. What you do and what you say is important, and how you treat others is very important. It's not about loyalty. It's about whether or not someone has seen the light and hears the light and obeys the light. A master that walks on water, somebody who has become a lighthouse. We'll shine our light all day long, but we will not go out to the ocean and save you. You have to swim for it. It takes work. I hope that made sense. What do you say to end the engagement with the spiritually dead? You say nothing. You block them. You use controlled folly with them if you want to, but you don't have to make an excuse. You say nothing, because saying something gives them an avenue to attach to you. You become reborn. You become someone new. When they try to find you, they can't find you because your frequency is much larger now. Your magnetic polarity is more positively magnetized. They can't find you because you aren't you. And so they have to go find somebody else to feed on. You say nothing and you just move on, because it's not about right or wrong, who's right, who's wrong. It's not about, oh, I don't want to hurt their feelings. It's about whether they're meant, if a relationship in your life is constantly negative, and this is a communication from spirit that they are not meant to be in your life. Something that is meant to be is peaceful. The door opens and things kind of go, not perfectly, but kind of into place. But a relationship that's not meant to be, you're going to have troubles. And they're going to try to constantly feed off of you. And they subconsciously will do it. Oh, I didn't mean it. It was an accident. No. Subconsciously, there's something in them that does not want to be more than asleep. They do not want to wake up. And they feed off of you, and they will cause drama, and they trauma dump on you, and they live in a world where they don't even realize that their holy temple must be holy. So let the dead bury the dead. And I'm sorry, it is ruthless, but I feel that way. I'm so tired of the selfish blind. My neighbors have almost 40 dogs, and they don't want to hear the dogs bark, so they put their 40 dogs right up against Forest Ferry and my husband's business. We've offered to pay to move the dogs. The smell, the noise, hound dogs barking day and night. I may as well have firecrackers and machine guns going day and night in retaliation, because that's what it sounds like. It's very loud. And so I am surrounded by very selfish, very ignorant people on a daily basis. You wouldn't believe how many people pay me $50 and I do a reading for you guys for over an hour. And in addition to that hour, people want to text me all their problems day and night, want me to kind of worship them. Look how great I am. Look how wonderful I am. Look how powerful I am. And try to treat me in such a way because of money. Oh, well, I paid you $50. I know that you read for me for an hour, but you know what? I'm going to take advantage of you, your time and your money because of money, and try to get more out of you. These are vampires. These are people I read for who feed upon me. And I block them immediately. And they don't ever get a reading from me again because they're selfish. I wish there wasn't such thing as money. I wish I would just give free readings. But unfortunately, when I would give out free readings, I would read for a lot of people who didn't appreciate it. So it's a very difficult thing for me. Just because you paid for a reading doesn't give anyone a right to take advantage of my time and begin to trauma dump on me and tell me all their problems and treat me like a, feeding frenzy. And there's so many of those out there. It's crazy. I've considered giving up what I do because there's people out there who just, oh, I gave you $50 and you gave me a whole hour of your time and I want to take more. And it's sad that the world is full of very selfish people who have no awareness of how they treat others. And it makes me sad to be in a world like that. And I hope that one day we can all just use the golden rule. Treat others as you would like to be treated. That would be very nice, wouldn't it? All right, guys. Well, thank you for being here. I'm going to click out of here and go call my other reading that I have for today. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for being here. And go out and collect some negative ions and be aware that you're going to be receiving messages that are just for you, not for anyone else. Keep what is sacred, and that includes your name. So change your name, and then you will not be tethered to any contract that you signed with insurance, birth certificate, any of it. Give yourself a new name. Your new name needs to be special, and maybe it shouldn't be in English, but this new name will help you to ascend and to receive downloads from higher realms that want us to awaken to a world that is full of prosperity and peace. We'll see you guys in a little while. My name is Mary Moses. If you would like a reading, you can go to forestfairy.com. There is a short wait time, but I will schedule you and you have to text me. If you're a jerk, I will block you and just give your money back because we want you and all of us to treat each other as we would like to be treated. See you soon. Bye-bye.